Hi everyone, it's Tom Toole here, coming to you with episode number 31 of Tom's Take, where we're going to talk about inventory levels, why inventory is so low, and why the upcoming month of October might be the best month of the entire year for buyers to find a new property. So first let's talk about the inventory levels and maybe some of the reasons behind it. You probably think all I talk about is inventory because it's that big of an issue in today's market. So First American just came out with a study. They surveyed title agents, realtors, other professionals within the industry, think mortgage, all the people involved with a real estate transaction about why inventory is so low. And here were the answers that all these professionals came up with. So we'll jump into these numbers here. So the first and most prominent, which I would agree with, is that 47% of the people that were surveyed, they felt that finding a new home was so difficult, they didn't want to put their home on the market. And here's the challenge. Not everyone is able to buy a new home without selling their current home. There's a lot of contingent home buyers that are out there, and until they sell their home, they can't really go buy anything. So there's this chicken and egg theory, if you will. Well, what do we do first? What's the best move? And that comes down to their motivation and their needs. And that's why 47%, so over half of the respondents to the survey, felt that that was the biggest challenge and the biggest cause of inventory levels remaining low. 26.5% of the people surveyed felt that first-time home buyers were absorbing a lot of the existing inventory, and they were making that buyer demand from first-time buyers was causing less to be available, which again, I agree with. A lot of first-time buyers are trying to jump on these rates. They're coming in still sub 4. Even in late September, sub 4%. A lot of people wouldn't have expected that. And those first-time home buyers are making good decisions because they're locking in that rate to save themselves money. 11.3% and 10.6%, kind of the lower numbers here. 10.6% of the people surveyed felt that there was homeowners had negative equity in their home, or they couldn't move, or there wasn't enough money in there for them to move. And 11.3% of existing homeowners, they have lower rates than what they would get on a new home. So they're really not saving money, so financially it doesn't necessarily make sense to make a move up. So we're hearing a lot of reasons here, and it comes down to what I see as people want to be comfortable in their new home, and they don't want to move as often as we've seen in the past. The average homeowner and the average home purchaser or consumer moves every 7 to 10 years. And when people are moving up to these bigger properties, they're thinking maybe 10, 20 years. So that's the reasons behind it. But that doesn't really help buyers now, does it, knowing what the reasons are? So let's go into some different information. And this is a report I got here from Realtor Magazine where they show a lot of data here about the fall market and what our team coach, Sheila McGraw, big shout out to Sheila, hope you're watching, calls the fall bump, meaning all these people that are out there that buy homes. And we, as a firm, we do 60% of our business at RE/MAX Mainline each year before the end of June. So that there's still a lot of business to be done in the summer, fall, and early winter months. However, there's a lot of people that have kids involved, and they want to be in school by the end of the year, or by the end of the summer, to enroll their kids for the upcoming school year. So as a result, there's going to be less competition in the fall for buyers. And historically, what we've seen, according to RealtyTrack for a study they did over the past couple years in 2015 and 2016, home purchasers that bought homes in October, so only a couple days away, paid on average 2.6% below the estimated value. So looking at an average sale price of around $300,000, that's a $7,800 savings on the home, which is an awful lot of money. What we're also seeing is that a lot of buyers, they're already talking about next year. They've decided they don't want to move. So for the savvy consumer, if you're watching this, I'd be out there looking now, because while there will be less inventory in the fall, historically there always is, there's not all those people that are out there looking in the spring because their agent told them that's the best time to buy. What we know for buyers and sellers is the best time for a seller to have their home on the market is when the neighbors don't. And the best time for a buyer to be out there looking is when there's less competition among buyers. So the theory of you want to zig when the rest of the market zags is very appropriate here, and the data proves it. And if you want to get really detailed, and this was a very cool stat I wanted to share, on average, on October the 8th, it's actually the best day of the year to buy a home. This is according to some studies here. There was an average of 10.8% paid on estimated market value from a lot of these online valuation tools. Think Zillow, think Realtor.com, those online valuation sites. So if you're really looking for a good bargain, or you just want to get a good home that you're going to be comfortable in, you've got a week and a half to find that property and secure it, at least according to this report. But that was a pretty interesting statistic. So what do we know here? And the bottom line is that there's always opportunity in the market, even when the vast majority of agents, they always tell you, spring's the time to sell, spring's the time to buy. That's when the most is out there. It's also when there's the most competition. And in this inventory-starved market, look at these numbers here. There's a lot of people that are sitting on the fence because of what they believe versus being out there working with professionals, finding the right home for them. So I'd encourage you to talk to your agent, get a handle on these statistics locally in your market, why the inventory is so low, and see if the next 1-2 months of the year are going to enable you to find the right house where you and your family are going to be happy and comfortable. Thanks for watching Tom's Take. We'll talk to you next week. Take care, everyone.